Hello twin flames and welcome to my channel. It's so good to be back. I was out for a couple of days with my dental surgery. It all went well. I'm back with you guys. Really excited to be here. And this is going to be a quick check-in for the divine counterparts. We will do the usual spread. I got my new oracle, which is the archetypes oracle. If you saw the picture in the community tab, hopefully you're excited. I know I am. I started getting to know the deck. I'm not ready to do the reading with it yet today. I think I will do that tomorrow. We'll also get some cool questions for the reading, so it's a little more special. I think especially since we're headed towards end of the October time, Samhain energy, Halloween, Day of the Dead, all those energetic gateways and milestones come in where we are the veil is very thin. We can connect to our ancestors much easier, and I feel like it's going to be really beneficial to do more of the ancestor type of readings and get some guidance, some wisdom from them. But today we're gonna go with the classics, so we'll start with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Let's see what we have for Divine Feminines watching first of all. And of course, remember that this is a general read, so take only what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. And yes, I am keeping my ghost lights at least till end of the month. It's really funny because you can't really see in the video that these are ghosts, but they have faces on them. I swear they do. Maybe I'll post a picture of them on the community tab. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the recordings. It really gave me the time that I needed to get back to normal and not have to be camera ready, not have to follow the schedule and just go. I took time for myself and completely followed my body and what it needed. Highly recommend. Speaking of which, chaos and conflict number 33. Very interesting, right? 33 is the master number, and it's about creating actual blueprint for, it's like the intention set in part, like the 301's kind of card for what you are trying to build. But a lot of times the clarity of what you're building or what you're going to build comes out of chaos and conflict. So, and I've been getting this energy for the last few days, actually, for the feminines. There is a little bit of that tower moment of the chaos, of the major transformation vibe in the air, but that's only so that you can see this new blueprint clearly, so that your consciousness is ready for it. You wouldn't be able to see it with the old way of seeing things, doing things. It needed to change for you to be able to recognize the new design. Masculines, you've got number 21, clean it up. I'm pretty sure we had one of these cards just a few days ago. Did you clean it up? I mean, seriously though, did you? 21 is a number of new beginnings. Your new beginning is waiting for you. Your new beginning is like just like watching you with the binoculars and like, okay, did they clean it up yet? Nope, not yet. Okay, so we'll wait. We'll give them time. All right, I'll use the Good Tarot for the main read. And of course, if you'd like to send me the deck to use in my readings, you're welcome to do so. There is an Amazon wishlist link in the description box with the decks that I picked that I would like to have if I can. Of course, I can't buy them all, so I would really appreciate your support. And if there is a deck that you'd like to get me and it's not on the list, then you could just send me a link and via email or even in the comments, and I can add it. Ideally from Amazon, because obviously it's an Amazon wish list, and I will add it to the list, and then it will be, the process is just very easy for you to order it for me, so it ships to my place. Of course, I'll be using it for the readings on this channel. We have the moon, number 18. Yep, we had full moon event just this Thursday. Still feeling it. It was actually a super moon. Now that I'm looking at this giant moon, I remember it was the super, like it's called like the bigger super moon. So I guess the moon was much closer, like the closest to the Earth this year that it could possibly be. Hence the size of the moon that we see. Essentially, that's what it is. It's closer to us. There will be one more super moon, so I heard, before the year ends. But this was a very interesting one, I would say, especially since it was in Aries. So it really called us upon feeling through and following through our own needs and wants, and maybe even blockages, or where we felt like we couldn't go for our dreams, and why, right? Like the full moon revealed those things. Like, why am I still, what is the story that I'm telling myself where I can't go for my dreams, where I feel like I'm limited, or I don't have what it takes, or I need to wait, or whatever else is happening. Two of Swords, see, like this stalemate kind of vibe where it's like, maybe, maybe not. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do here, so I just won't do anything. Feminines, your energy is 5 of water, clarified by Page of Cups. Yeah, 5 of water usually is the regret card. In this deck, I see it a little bit differently. It's just kind of a sadness, or being too much in that wallowing energy when something sad happened to you and you just can't let it go, right? You keep replaying it, you keep thinking about it. Like, I don't know, maybe let's say you had a breakup with someone, and this is your brain thinking, oh, we would have been great together, we had so much going for us, how come that we couldn't make it work, or how come it ended so suddenly or so painfully, right? And your brain can't put it down, like it keeps replaying. So of course, what needs to be done is you need to bring more kindness towards everyone involved, and to bring in more of that love to the situation, and put it to bed, basically, right? It doesn't mean that you won't be with this person ever again, but what happened in that cycle happened for a reason. So the best you can do is ask, well, if you can figure it out for yourself, ask your guides, ask your higher power to show you the reasons why it was there, what it was supposed to teach you, to show you, to unlock in you. Because then, first of all, it's not in vain, right? And second of all, you already can be grateful for that experience, right? Because if what your brain replays is just that painful event, right, and how it ended in that example that I gave you, then it's really hard to be grateful for it, right? I can tell you as many times as I want that it was all for a reason, it had a bigger meaning, but because of the heartbreak, you can't really reconcile it that way, right? But it's time to kind of zoom out from that emotional space and see that bigger meaning. And hopefully the full moon was your chance to do that. But you know what? We're still kind of in that energy yet. So it's still very beneficial to look at those things, to set those intentions. Oh my God, the masculines have double Empress. And you know what that means to me? Thank you very much to my guides for giving me 2 Empresses. I also love, by the way, that this gives me a very autumn vibes, following vibes, which we're in right now. It's beautiful autumn outside. And to me, it's like the Empress within and without. So the masculines recognize and they appreciate the Empress in their lives, the divine feminine, that is the symbol of the divine feminine energy for them. And that helps them in a way to connect to their feminine within, to be able to recognize that that's not the energy to feel ashamed of or to push away, which a lot of times masculines do, just because of how we're conditioned in the environment, in the society. But this is something to embrace, right? Because the Empress energy is the energy of creativity. It's also the energy of nourishment. It's the energy of comfort, of providing also, like creating the space, holding the space. And a lot of times, let me rephrase that. Both masculines and feminines need to be able to do that. It's a very important skill, right? And those masculines who have children, who are parents, they would probably understand more of how much of a nurturing energy you need in that space, even if you're, well, it's not about the gender, but let's say if you're a father, right? Let's just take a more straightforward example. But this is the time to embrace that creativity and to connect to the tenderness within, right? To that deeper soul vibe. It's also a chance to heal the relationship with the mother energy, and that can be Mother Earth for some, it can be actual mother for others, it may be your partner who is the mother of your children for the third group, right? Mother can be represented in different ways, right? But there is like this femininity that of course doesn't always come in a healthy way to us, and as we, especially of course as when we're children, as we grow up, that's what we absorb, that's what we learn, like the pattern of the template is, right? And if it was not a healthy energy at all, then that's what we remember it like, right? And that's how we learn to cope with it. But this is the time for the masculines to break those previous older coping mechanisms around feminine energy. Additional question for today is 8 of Water clarified by Hermit. You see what happens when I don't do readings for a couple of days? Yeah, so this is like, I feel like this is walking away from the outside world to learn something very important right now, right? Like it's almost like it's not necessarily walking away from the negativity, it's like walking away from noise around you, from other energies pulling on you to learn something really important. What is it for the feminines? 4 of Fire clarified by, well, 8 of Fire. 4 of Fire in this deck is very different because it's still 4 of Wands, right? But to me, this is about, first of all, definitely the elemental energy, connecting with elementals, and also setting up the place. Like, you know, the lights remind me of these lights too. It's like how you shine the light around you, how you set up the energy with the music, for example, is your own energy, right? It's setting up the foundation. And it also happens with the help of the divine downloads, with the guidance that we receive. So for the feminines, it's like I was talking about the new start and the new space, right? With chaos and conflict that brings us into the new blueprint. But this is helping you build the blueprint. So you need to walk away for a while, like figuratively speaking, from the rest of the world so you can get the downloads and so you can start building in your space, like quite literally in a practical way, in a physical way. What this new life, new phase means for you. For some, it will definitely be like working with physical space, maybe doing some renovations or rearranging stuff, changing the decor, maybe cleaning up, like for the masculines, right? For others, it will be more about energy. What kind of people do you allow in your space? Maybe it's not even your home, but maybe your office, for example, right? How do you design that space? Does it help you be in your highest vibration, do the best in your job and not get exhausted, right? How can you make it a more harmonious space? Things like that. For masculines, we have 3 of Air clarified by Knight of Cups. So yeah, masculines embrace the old wounds and they want to bring more love to it. So it's kind of like healing your own wounds, really seeing how you did the best that you could in those situations, even if it's something where you hurt somebody else and then that fact hurt you. You know how that happens sometimes. So even if you were kind of the perpetrator in that situation, right, this is still bringing love to yourself and seeing the, you know, how do I put this? Seeing the sincerity in this, right? Or like seeing the good intention in it, right? Or yeah, I didn't know better, or I was in the dark space because of XYZ, recognizing these things. That's another side of what the full moon illuminates to us. But it's not to stay in that space, of course, like we're bringing in the love so you can heal from it. And it doesn't mean necessarily justifying it and saying, oh yeah, it was okay to do it then, right? It's saying like, I don't want to do this again, or I don't want to live my life like that again, because it hurt me, it hurt other people around me. So this is, again, learning from it, right? What can you take from it? If that was a certain mindset, even if it was because you had PTSD or you were abused or whatever, right? How can you heal? How can you bring more of the light, more of the love to your space, so you don't fall into those kind of behavioral patterns, so that you don't make the same mistakes that will only bring more burden to yourself. How will the feminine see in the connection at this time? Ace of Fire and King of Pentacles. Feminines are really optimistic about where this will go in, the connection, I mean. And feminines are saying, you know, I see that my prince, I'm hearing, my king, right, whichever you want to call it, my DM is ready. I can feel it, and I'm excited for that. Like, there is this drive. It's usually a more sexual energy, but again, with this lanterns, with the fall vibes, to me this is more of an enlightened soul, right? Like, they can feel that soul's passion and fire and enlightenment for something bigger and better, right? And they're excited to connect with the masculine in this new energy. So for masculines watching, feminine is excited and wants to connect. So just keep that in mind. But of course, being the enlightened feminines, we're not pushing for it, right? We're welcoming this energy to our space. Could also help feminines watching, if that resonates for you, could help setting some intentions for that, to create an opportunity for you to connect in this higher cycle, more ascended energy. And look at that. The masculines have Ace of Pentacles. I think we saw already Ace of Pentacles here. No, that was my imagination. But another Ace and Three of Earth. So for them, it's a more feminine vibe, actually, even with the Three of Earth, especially here. But they do want to start something new in the connection, in a physical space, something that the both can enjoy, something that can mean more of the integration of the divine energy through the twins in something physical, right? It can be a hobby, it can be a project, it can be volunteering somewhere, it can be something artistic, right? Especially with the sculpture here. It can, of course, even be collaboration in 5D. Depending on where the masculine is in your particular case or particular masculine, it will be a little different, right? But they are feeling the call to take things to the next level in the physical space with the feminine in this connection. For some, I'm hearing it will still be in their own space, but it will be with the vision of the connection in mind, i.e. maybe they'll start building a house, or they will look for a job where they could provide for the feminine as well, not just for themselves, right? Like something like that, where it doesn't immediately look like it's relationship related, but when they're making those big decisions, this is what they have in mind, and it matters. And a lot of times it's one of the tests, for example, we as feminines get in this kind of connections, right, on our twin flame journey, where for a while we don't really see that they are walking towards the connection, that this is all coming together in its beautiful way, right? We're supposed to have faith. We aren't supposed to know exactly. That's the whole point, so that we don't really see it, but we still believe in it, right? And that's how we attract that in the physical. So it's coming together in the right timing. We are actually fast approaching now the 11/11 portal, which is always huge for the twin flames, as you know. So yeah, definitely a really intriguing reading, I would say. And do use that full moon energy while you can for any questions that you have on what's going on your journey, or whether it's for your connection or personally for yourself. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for being with me today. I love you all, and until next time.